Hey, dear leader. So happy you're joining me today for a very short episode. I want to talk a little bit about this dreaded imposter syndrome. It's not even a syndrome, it's not even recognized in the American Psychological Association. It is not something you're diagnosed with, it is more a phenomenon that was discovered by two authors, two researchers back in the 1970s. And they were looking at the mindset of women faculty members and graduate college students who were questioning their ability. They were questioning their position, where they were in life at that moment, and questioning whether they belong there. And this recurring thought of, I'm going to get found out. I don't belong here. I got here by luck. This is only by chance. When is the other shoe going to drop? So they were these thoughts. They had these thoughts that they didn't belong in the room. And I spoke to a client yesterday and I said to him, now listen, imposter syndrome is something I feel every single day. It's something that does not go away, but we learn how to navigate it. So, first, we need to reframe what imposter syndrome is. It's something that we're going to carry with us, especially when you are an ambitious, high performer like us. We want to do more because we believe in ourselves, right? Secretly, deep down, unconsciously, in the depths of our soul, we know we can give more. We know we can do more. But there's a part of our brain that says, well, I'm only in here because of luck. I can't believe somebody actually saw something in me. I can't believe I'm here. And so these thoughts are natural. And I like to think of this as like two wolves. And there's this parable of the two wolves. It's like one wolf is the angry wolf, the wolf that says, you're no good. You're never gonna succeed. And that wolf is being fed by society, being fed by your culture, being fed by your conditioning and your programming. While the other wolf is saying, no, let's go. Let's keep moving. We can do this. And that wolf is being fed by your desires. It is being fed by the vision that you have for yourself in the future. So you've got these two wolves who are being fed very different things. And so when you stop feeding the wolf that is being fed by your old programming, by your old conditioning, by what you remember your parents telling you as a little child, what you remember, what you saw on television, in a show where they were talking about women not succeeding or not belonging in the boardroom. So here you've got this wolf that we've been feeding for as long as you've been alive, maybe. But then this wolf, brand new wolf, like, let's go. I've seen the future. I've come back to remind you that you can do whatever you want. You can go into any boardroom. You can start any company. You get to do what you want to do. And that's the wolf that we want to keep feeding. So how are you feeding that wolf and how are you depriving this other wolf? See, that's how I want for you to see these two sides of your brain, because so many of us ambitious humans are always looking for more, looking to do more, looking to give more. But then we've got this other part of our brain saying, but remember that one time when your mom said that you're too much? When your dad said that you should just get married and have children and not bother with an education? Do you remember that time when you saw that show on television? And they treated this woman so poorly because she was so ambitious and they called her all these names. Do you remember all of those memories that you had, that you have kept in your unconscious mind, that have been driving you unconsciously? We're, we're going to leave that there because we are looking today at who we are, what we have accomplished, and then where we're going. Because this is the wolf that I want to feed, the desire, right? The wolf that is carrying such great vision and motivation and inspiration and purpose. That's the wolf that we want to keep feeding. And so when I told my client yesterday, it's imposter syndrome, it's going to be with you for as long as you live, probably. And so now we first have to understand it's not a syndrome, it's not an actual diagnosis. This is something that we ambitious people experience and feel often, especially when we're stretching the edges of our neurology, right? We're going from this wolf that we have been feeding all of our lives to now looking into the future and saying, I want to feed this wolf. And that's going to require that I do something different. It's going to require that I think differently. It's going to require that I stop feeding this wolf. It's time to feed this wolf. And that's the focus that I want for you to have when you are feeling less than, when you are feeling incapable, when you are feeling like you're not enough, when you are feeling like you don't belong in the room. I want for you to remember, well, what wolf am I going to feed today? Because I'm tired of feeding this one. That's a that's a that's a wolf that's been fed a lot of stuff. On the other hand, this wolf, this is the wolf that I want to nourish. This is the wolf that I want to give attention to. Here's where my focus is going to be directed moving forward. It's this wolf. How do I feed it? So how do you feed it? Do you feed it by looking for opportunities to grow and to expand? Are you feeding this wolf by putting yourself in uncomfortable rooms for the purpose of stretching your neurology and stretching what you believe about yourself? How are you feeding this wolf? Is the question that I have for you, dear leader. So know that imposter syndrome is going to be with you. If you are an ambitious human, like I said, like those of us in leadership, you best believe that you're going to feel uncomfortable more often than not. But you're going to want to stay conscious of the wolf that you're feeding so that you don't fall into the trap of, I'm not good enough. I shouldn't belong here. I don't belong here. I shouldn't even be here. This is all luck. I got here because a friend recommended me. I got here because of my network. I didn't get here because of my capacity, because of my skills, because of my brilliance. That's the wolf that I want for you to deprive. So moving forward, dear leader, we're feeding the wolf that is moving us into the future that we want to see for ourselves. So the question for you, dear leader, is what wolf are you feeding today? What wolf are you feeding today, and what are you feeding it? All right, dear leader, I hope you found today's very short episode very helpful, and I look forward to reading your comments below. Take good care.